Today you're going to actually learn 3 capital cursive letters. You're going to learn Q, W, and X. So let's get set up. We'll start with Q. We'll practice writing a few Q's, and then we'll write a word that starts with a capital Q. Okay. So, capital Q. Capital Q's actually look kind of like fancy looking number 2s. So some of you, depending on the way that you write a number 2, may write your 2s like this. Most people write their 2s like this, but some people write their 2s like this. And really, a capital Q looks like a fancy 2. So just so you know, if you've ever written your number 2s like this, that's exactly the way a capital Q looks. So, let's try some. Come up and around, make a loop, and then go make another loop around like that. Pretty easy. Okay, let's try it again. And we'll do one more. Okay. Now, the word you're going to write today is going to be the word Quebec. And I'm sure you guessed it, it is another name of a specific place. And Quebec is actually a city in Canada. So we're going to write Quebec together. So starting with capital Q. U. E. B. E. C. Quebec. Capital Q, U, E, B, E, C. Quebec. You may want to practice that a few times before you move on to the next letter. So, like always, feel free to pause the video if you need to, or rewind and go back and watch me write it again. When you're ready, though, we are going to move on to our next capital letter, and it's going to be capital W. Okay, capital W's look pretty similar to lowercase w's. They're pretty easy. So we're going to start here, not all the way at the top, but almost, coming up and back down, and then you're going to come all the way back up to the top, slide all the way back down, back up to the top, and then you're going to make a little hook. Capital W. So capital W has 2, I like to call these like upside down humps, 2 curves here. Okay, let's try another one. Capital W. Okay. We're going to practice writing a word together. We're going to write the word Wales. Wales is a country. So it's a specific place, and we're going to spell it. It's not, when you think of like the animal whale, it's spelled differently. So the animal whale would be spelled W-H-A-L-E, and the country Wales is W-A-L-E. And then S. Oops, sorry about that. My dog's barking in the background. Okay, so starting here. Capital W. A. L. E. S. Wales. Capital W-A-L-E-S. Wales. Okay? You may want some more practice, so you can pause the video again. There's no need to rush when you're working on the cursive pages. Before we move on to our third letter this time, so we're going to be doing a capital X. Capital X's are identical to lowercase x's. They're just taller letters. So if you feel confident making a lowercase cursive X, you will do just fine making a capital cursive X because they look the same. Alright, so capital X. Starting here, not quite at the top, but almost. Come up. And back down like that. And then cross over. Okay. So starting here, come up, and back down and around. Cross it over. Capital X. Okay. Now, you'll notice in the cursive journal that you're not going to be writing any words that start with a capital X, and that's because you really won't see many words ever written with a capital X because there aren't very many words that begin with X. Sometimes someone's name may start with an X, so you'll need to know how to write a capital X. But there aren't any countries or cities or states that begin with a capital X. It's not something you're going to see very often. So you're only going to be writing the letter. You're not going to be practicing any words with it. So I'll make one more X here at the bottom so that you can see how I do it. Just like that. Okay? Alright. We're going to be doing Cursive Journal, page 21 today. So go ahead and get that out so that we can practice our Q, W, and X together. Alright. So, let's just get this to be not so blurry. There we go. So as always, go back and trace the letters later on your own. And we're going to practice writing a few together. So, capital Q first. Just like that. Remember I mentioned that capital Q's kind of look like fancy number 2s. Capital Q. Okay. Now, I know you can't really trace Quebec because the Q is kind of cut off here, but we should be able to write Quebec twice on the line here. So let's start together. Capital Q, U, E, B, E, C, Quebec. Okay, we're going to write it one more time. Capital Q, U, E, B, E, C, Quebec. Okay? Now moving on to capital W's. Just like that. Remember, capital W's have two, basically like upside down humps. Okay, we'll try again. Just like that. You can finish writing your capital W's here, and then we're going to write the word Wales twice. Okay. Capital W, A, L, E, S, Wales. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. Capital W, A, L, E, S, Wales. Okay, so we are almost done. All we have to do is our capital X's now. So we're going to try a few together. Just like that. And I'll do one more with you. Just like that. Remember, you never need to do this extra thing at the bottom. And when you are done tracing all of the letters and writing all of the words as well, turn it into the ledge under the whiteboard.